have George Worrell, a DC, New York-based stylist, CEO of GMW Enterprises LLC, and author of On the Other Side of Style. Welcome, George.
Thank you. Hey, it's nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm glad to have you. I'm glad you're here. Let's start out by talking about how you got started in fashion.
Well, I think the start was a very young age. I've always admired and been around fashion. My mother's sister worked at a wonderful couture store in Atlantic City.
Okay.
And my father's side of the family, my uncles, made shoes from hand and was a tailor.
Really?
So I was exposed to it at an early age.
Oh, yes, you were. Made shoes?
Made shoes from hand, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So it was pretty nice. It was pretty cool.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so I had that back exposure. My life took wonderful turns, I thought. Growing up in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and then leaving to go to New York and then Atlanta. But somewhere along the line, as I said in my book, On the Other Side of Style.
Oh, your latest project.
Yeah, my latest project, which I'm excited about,
okay.
talks about the other side of fashion, which means for dreamers, being able to reinvent yourself, being able to go whichever way that you want to go.
Right, and fashion is truly about reinventing yourself, if you want to. And I think you mentioned that you talk about, you work on the inside as well as the outside. That's a part of your whole styling, your idea behind styling when you have a client.
Yeah, but what I found was a lot of times is that a lot of people would dress up the outside and spend a whole lot of money, but still would have other issues. And then while I was writing the book, I remember being in Washington during the time that I had gone through homelessness, drug addiction, alcoholism, all those things combined.
Right.
And one day I thought, oh, I'm going to get dressed up and I'm going to go out and have dinner.
Right.
And I had Ralph Lauren on, really nice outfit, and I was walking down 8th Street, and on the side of a building there was a mirror. And I looked at myself for the first time and really saw myself dressed up on the outside and felt so bad on the inside. My skin, my hair, all of those things, and ended up going back home. So when I started writing the book, those are the things that resonated with me, that you really must address the inside issues, and they may be large, small, or whatever.
It's very key.
And then when I grew up, my parents didn't know anything about couture. They knew about wonderful clothing.
Right.
But their skin was always nice. My mother went to the hairdresser every 2 weeks. My father went to the barbershop.
People took better care of themselves back
then. They were like, they
smelled
their teeth, all of those things. And then the clothing.
Right.
Because you want to wear your clothing. You don't want your clothing to wear you.
Right, right,
so,
right. And you can see that quite often. You see people in outfits that don't necessarily match what they're projecting.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm big on energies. Okay. I mean, you'll get this person's energy and you're like, that outfit is so not matching their energy.
Well, that's how we met with my friend Althina.
Right, right,
We were at an event at the Mayflower, and your energy when we met was just fantastic, and we were able to connect that way.
Yes.
And, you know, be here at this wonderful show.
Right.
But I think life in fashion is a lifestyle.
Yes.
Meaning, you're well-bred, and well-bred means that it doesn't mean that you have to have a lot of money. It means that you have manners, you conduct yourself in a certain way. It's a whole picture. It's how you eat, where you go, the friends that you have energy around you that says, yes, I can, not no, I can't.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it kind of builds you out, and that your friends will tell you honestly, if you're wearing something that's not necessarily appealing, or you know, all of those things, you know, instead of just telling somebody else instead of you know, telling you.
So let me ask you this: so when you sign on a new client, is there like a questionnaire or a survey? How do you decide? Because sometimes people don't know what their own personal style is. How do you help them to, I guess, find that personal style that's within?
I've always said that I never want to remake someone.
Right.
That I want to make them comfortable and maybe add some accents to what they do, because there is a style there, it's just probably updating it.
Right.
And that we can mesh because it's a close relationship.
Right.
And that you are open to suggestion.
Right. You have to be.
So it could be something subtle. Like I have women who say that, oh, I want a whole new style, and you know, we'll get them an outfit, and then we'll put them in heels, and they're not really comfortable in heels. So then we'll break that down, and then find something still fashionable, still tasteful, but they're still comfortable in a lower heel.
Okay.
Or it could be something as subtle as eyelashes or a new haircut. It doesn't mean a whole makeover.
Oh yeah.
But it's, you know, it's whatever you're comfortable. We only take you as far as you're comfortable.
Right, and that is so very key, to make sure that when you're working with the client, that you're not making them into this other person, and they have to go out in the world and try to keep up with these clothes.
And you see it. I mean, it shows.
They don't look comfortable.
You're not comfortable.
Right.
And so the person that's looking at you is noticing that you're not comfortable, as opposed to your fabulous new outfit or hairstyle.
And you can't feel confident, and you're projecting that. Yeah. You're projecting that nervousness. So let me ask you this. What is something people would be surprised to know about you?
I do know that it was a great surprise when I wrote the book that to my clients that I had been homeless and on drugs and alcohol addicted.
That was a big surprise to me.
Yeah, and I thought that
because you always seem so well put together, and you just don't imagine that. You know.
Yeah, and I think what's happened with that is that I'm like 17 years clean, almost 20 years clean.
Great.
So all of those issues I dealt with long ago, and I didn't think at the time when I first got clean that I needed to wear that as a badge, that I wanted to work and create and start dreaming again and just work.
I love that.
And I was able to do that, and I would people would offer me alcohol and stuff like that, and I was just saying, oh, no, I don't
So what was it about your experience that helped you to get over that hump? Because we all know everyone has someone, you know, or may have gone through some sort of addiction or some difficult time. What was it that helped you to get over that hump, or make that decision to really decide that I want better?
Well, I mean, I never stopped dreaming.
Right, okay.
And I remember walking up Broad Street in Philadelphia on a Sunday, which I thought was just probably the most loneliest time ever in my life, and no place to go. You know, the party was over. Right. You know, you're hungry. You're walking by. You can anybody who knows me knows that I love chicken, so of course I'm smelling chicken and walking up Broad Street.
That's hilarious. Well, that's what you should have said.
Love chicken, fried chicken. Wow. But a little potato salad and some greens.
I don't see you eat fried chicken at all.
And can cook it, my grandmother's recipe.
Okay.
But all of that, and I just got tired of starting over.
Right.
And I didn't have the courage to die or commit suicide, and it was just so hard going on to live.
Right.
And I found a program, AA. And
you checked yourself in?
Yeah, I checked myself. I went to a couple of rehabs. It didn't take automatically.
Okay.
And just slowly, that's why I know about the changing of friends, changing your surroundings and the people and all those types of things.
Important.
Slowly, and I remember coming to Washington, and I got my first job at Legal Seafoods. And I had a choice of a host or either being a waiter. And I never liked uniforms.
Right.
So I took the host position. And I was able to go to the shelter and get suits and all those types of things, and I slowly started building. But I was able to link with people who saw something in me that I didn't quite see in myself at the time.
Right.
And slowly, you know, you just build and the dreams start again, never taking no for an answer, and there's some way that I can do this, and ended up starting my own business. And
I don't think people realize how important it is to have people around you in your circle that are there to add to your life, not to subtract. And what you're saying, pretty much that's what helped you get over. Someone seeing something in you and helping you to remember that
life wasn't so bad. And to address the issues that started me drinking, because that's the one thing that I learned, was that the alcohol was not the issue, it was why I drank. And we talked about that in the book too, is that I didn't feel a part of, I felt that there was something different about me. But instead of embracing that uniqueness, I went the other way and felt that there was something different, there was something wrong.
Right.
Where there should have been something unique.
Right.
And that's what I talk about with students today, is that don't waste 20 years, as I did, searching
But it got
to
you,
find
it
something.
got you to
Yeah.
where you are now.
Yeah, of course. You know, I guess wasting for them, but that was my journey.
Right.
And that's what we talk about too,
Right.
is that I started a nonprofit called Journey Inc.
Oh,
And I
okay.
go out and I speak to women, men, young adults who somewhere along the line they're trying to find it, or they're coming out of it, or they're entering into something, and just giving them my experience
Right.
that anything is possible and that your dreams become a reality.
Tell us where we can get your book.
Well, you can get it at Amazon.com. Just put in the name, my name, or the book's name on the other side of style.
Okay.
Or you can get it on my website, escapetostyle.com.
Great, great. So it was so great having you here today, George. I mean, hearing your story and the sincerity of your story and what you've gone through, and it actually gives people hope, someone that might be going through a difficult situation right now, and to be able to pick up that book and to help them to just give them that extra strength that they need to maybe move forward, knowing that, you know, this guy, he did it, he went through it, and he's okay. So I appreciate you sharing that story with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And tell your listeners now, they can't smell it, but the chicken's done now, so we're about to go.
Uh-oh, yeah.